Hey, hi, Garbage Squad. Today, Young Ash and I were here. Just want to talk about a few things, kind of update my community, and we'll go from there. You're probably gonna hear Young Ash. You can see her tail on my webcam right here. Her tail's right where my finger is. You'll see her there. She's probably playing around in the background, so bear with me. But I want to talk about like 5 things today, kind of give an update to my community. So before I get into that, I want to do this. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget and not do it in my own time. So let's visit the pay to win shop here and see if there's anything worth buying. I only buy Violent and Will, so let's see if there's any Violent or Will to begin with. I don't buy Swift unless it's a crit damage rune, and I used to buy slot 6 attack for Swift, but then I have a lot of those, so I don't need to buy those anymore. So kind of, oh, like this one right here, I'm gonna buy for sure because it has the innate and it has, I mean, like these two substats here aren't amazing, but I'm probably gonna buy that, so I'll revisit that. And then here we go. Here I'm looking for that swift speed, and like I don't buy grinds, by the way, because grinds aren't as valuable as gems. So I only buy gems and like swift slash font speed grinds. So very specific in terms of what I'm looking for gems, but yeah, it's okay. Sometimes I don't like. Sometimes I feel like I don't want anything from this shop because I don't want to feed my dupes to it. Oh, this is pretty good, but I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I just don't really want anything because I'm out. Okay. Anyways, well, what I will do is I'll just put on auto farm and then wait. There's an HOH. Oh crap! I didn't realize there's an HOH. Oh my! I didn't even do this. Is how much I play this game. Okay. Anyways, I'll do the HOH while I just talk about some things I want to address today, just because I know you guys want an update. So number one, what have I been doing? Okay, so I haven't been posting videos, and I told you guys I need a break. So what I have been doing during this time is I've been just trying to play other games and try to find other passions. So what I have been doing is I've been playing Maple Legends. So if you guys played Maple Story back in the day, I grew up playing Maple Story and RuneScape, and one of the things that I did during the pandemic, because got more time and work from home, I started playing Maple Story again. So recently, like last 2 weeks, I picked up Maple Legends. So I didn't announce it to my community because like I would have told you guys and we could have played together, but I kind of wanted to just be like an unknown player, like no one even knows me, and I just play and like try to make friends, like a new community myself, right? But now that I've been playing for a while, I felt like it'd be a good idea to tell you guys too that if you guys want to join me, I'm playing Maple Legends. Just DM me or just at me in my Discord if you're already playing, or if you plan to play with me. I don't really care, but I'm still a noob. I'm just playing because I'm having fun and just socializing there. So kind of update you than that. So the reason why I needed that break and like reasons why I kind of wanted to quit and why I don't want to quit, let's talk about that. So the reason why I needed a break was primarily mental health, and I'll talk about that in point number 3. But so like one thing that I felt was lately, actually let's talk about mental health first, because it kind of it leads into the reasons why I want to quit and why I don't want to quit better. So during, I would say, the last 2-3 months, so maybe November, December, what's October, maybe less so October, late October, and after, I felt that my mental health was starting to deteriorate. And what I mean by deteriorate is you kind of notice some things that change with you, right? But you don't know exactly what. And for me, I just came to realize that a lot of the things that I used to enjoy, I didn't really find too much fun. So if I played like League of Legends, it wasn't exactly fun. I was just kind of playing to play, Or if I'm playing like Overwatch, I play that sometimes. Like I'm not exactly having fun. I'm just kind of playing to kill time. And the biggest one for me was when I opened like a show, like an anime. Like I love anime, right? And when I try to watch anime, I can't even start a new series because I just got like I open it and then I just close it because I don't want to watch it. And I just felt like I don't want to do anything. So I just noticed kind of like mental health like deteriorating, and then some things happened, and like a big domino effect just made me like collapse, and like I just couldn't take it anymore. And YouTube was a problem for my mental health as well, because outside of me just feeling like lost and don't know like what my passions are, like what I try to find fun, YouTube was also adding to that stress. Not necessarily like you guys being toxic or anything like that, but more so as a content creator, you always want to try to push out content that you're happy with, content that you can be proud of, right? And I always try to be innovative and different and try to do things that, you know, the big guys in the community don't do, right? Like, I don't make summon videos because we already have that covered by like Jew Bagel and Island Girl, for example, right? So I do stupid stuff like 1v3 Siege or like our RTA Cleave content because no one does that. So when you've been playing the game for so long, I've been playing for like 4 years or 5 years, something like that. And I've been making YouTube videos for about 2 years. And you only do so much with the game before it just kills you, right? Like, after the insane Molly Vigor stupid stuff and all these powerful creep monsters that came up in the meta, it just got it got less fun. I know it got nerfed, but it just gets to you. It's like less fun every time this bullshit happens to you, right? And the fact that as a content creator, there's not much content to create in a game that's so long. Like, you have to either rely on some new mechanic that comes out, people discover, like Trikaru, or you have to be like really innovative with how you do things. And like for me, that was 1v3 Siege, some stupid stuff. Or you rely on Com2uS to do like a balance patch, and then you can make new content, right? And you already know Com2uS don't do balance patches, so you can imagine how hard it is to try to create content that you can be proud of, or content that you think the community would like. Because like at the end of the day, like people aren't gonna watch you if you like people will always tell you I watch you for the content creator, but realistically it's only like 1% of you guys, right? So you like the vocal guys will comment and leave what they want, but the majority of the time you have to be like really creative with what you're putting out, otherwise like your channel will suffer in the long run. So that was taking a toll on me, and I just felt like at some point I was just forcing content and not putting out content because I wanted to. And that was the biggest thing. When I first started this was a hobby, right? When your hobby becomes like work and you're like pressured to do things, it doesn't feel good anymore. And I'm grateful that I can monetize my YouTube channel, but this has been the first time I took a break. And don't get me wrong, like I'm very grateful for the community I've built, but this is not my full-time job. Okay, like this is not my career. Unlike some of the big content creators, this is not my career. So I don't put as much emphasis as like trying to plow through this despite despite suffering. Like I'm sure that the content creators, they have their own struggles too, right? But that's their livelihood. This is not my livelihood, right? So like I have a full-time job. Well, I used to have I'll talk about that later. But like I work full-time, and this is like my hobby / supplement income when it became big enough, right? So for me to quit, like the reason why I don't want to quit is because I'm leaving like all of you guys behind, right? I remember when I pulled up that stream and I said I wouldn't like stream for a while, the overwhelming support that you guys gave me, like that really like moved me, right? Like that type of supportive community, like, and the people who personally reached out to me and just wanted to know what's going on, I also like you guys. I appreciate too. You guys know who you are. There's been a few people like that, but you know, for privacy reasons, I really just cannot speak to you like that, right? Even though I know you're there to listen, I can't like. Sorry, I'm digress. I'm going on a tangent here. But the biggest reason why I don't want to quit is because I built up such a great community, and it'd be a shame to leave this all behind, right? And people who are going to say, oh, you're doing it for the money, honestly, I don't even make that much money from friggin' YouTube. It's honestly not a lot of money, right? Like if I were to do this full time, I'd be making like less than minimum wage if I worked 40 hours per week. That's how much money I make, which is like nothing. It's just a hobby with supplement income, okay? So anyways, will I quit? That's probably the ultimate question. So right now it is January 17th, and I think I announced around early January that's when I was, on a hiatus. And honestly, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't really played Summoner's War at all. and I felt really, really good in the last 2 weeks for not playing like that. Just like the stress from playing Summer's War and not creating content, like I felt like really free, right? But like I said, I don't want to leave you guys behind. So will I quit? I haven't really decided, but I will tell you that I felt like one of the best I have in quite some time, not being stressed by this game. And like I'm not gonna say I'm leaning towards quitting or I'm leaning not towards. I'm like undecided. Like I haven't thought that far, but I do know that the balance patch has dropped. A lot of things have changed, and there's a lot of content to be created. And I'm a little bit behind on the ball right now because I'm still on a break. But I'm still gonna explore that, even though I'm gonna be a little bit late, and try to have some fun things to do in RTA with these new monsters, and some of these new runes that I got in new monsters like my Barbara. We'll be in 1v3 siege series as well, and I'll try to think of some like creative ideas, right? So no, I'm not going to quit immediately, especially not YouTube content, but I would say I wouldn't be surprised if you saw me disappear from the face of the earth in the middle of the year for some reason. Anyways, moving on to my next point here is my job situation. So earlier I mentioned I used to work full-time. So for those who have kept up with my channel, or for those who are new to my channel, I think back in July, August, I lost my job and I started streaming while I was looking for a new job, right? And I also took a small break. So I found a job in October, right? And I was working on contract, and nope, it's kind of expected with coronavirus. You're just kind of lucky to even have a job. So I took a contract, and that contract, I love my current workplace, but unfortunately they're not extending my contract. So I'll be having some time to myself, and while I look for a new job. So while I'm applying to new jobs, I'm probably going to do a lot of self work and also play games that I enjoy, but probably spend 1 or 2 hours, probably 1 hour streaming for my community, and then using the other hour to create content to post videos, because I'll have that downtime, like no job, right? So, but I'm definitely going to be using that downtime where I'm not working, for more of personal reasons, because right now I'm kind of touch on mental health, right? So in Canada, we have access to like healthcare that we pay with our taxes, right? However, some things aren't covered, like a lot of mental health things are not covered, right? And I got a referral for like a psychiatrist, and then the next availability was in May. So there's no way I can wait 5 months to even get an assessment of my current my mental health, because things will change by then. So what I have been doing is I've been doing a lot of like self-reflection, a lot of self-studying, and a lot of things to try to correct like my own, maybe not behavior, but like thinking, right? So that's what I've been doing, or I'm going to do, but also because I've been slacking playing a lot of MapleStory. But it's one of the things I will be trying to do while I wait for that help from the public health system. And I really cannot afford to pay like $200 per hour out of the bucks to talk to a shrink. You know what I mean? Like that's not feasible to pay that much. So I think a lot of like self-learning here is going to be very key for me, instead of just relying on like a professional here. Anyways, so my plans for February is a lot of self-time, probably resume the YouTube channel, because I think right now, after those 2 weeks, I'm feeling a lot better, and probably another 2 weeks, I'll probably be like refreshed, right? A lot of things will change because I've done a lot of like self-reflection, a lot of self-help, just time has passed, right? And things change. So that's kind of my goal. So thanks for listening to my big spiel here. Appreciate it. And for those who are, patiently waiting for that comeback for me to post videos again, I won't disappoint you. Things will be coming, and thank you so much for your support. And I'll probably be playing Maple Legends, because I'm a little bit addicted right now. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, see you guys.